Sup guys, Leon Mookie here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Was Pyra and Mythra's driver. This is part 23, and the last part, Izuku and everyone else in Class 1A began their final exams, with all of them going pretty similar as canon, besides one or two, one being with Ida, and one being with Izuku and Bakugo. With Pyra, Mythra, and Jin there, things go a little bit differently, with Izuku actually having people to help him out with his own strategy to pass. However, because of Bakugo's insecurities and completely, hatred for Izuku being stronger than him, Pyra had to get off everything she felt towards Bakugo off her chest. And everything, and now Bakugo may think that Pyra and Mythra and Jin are something more than what they say they are. So with that said, let's get into this, shall we guys? As the day ends and Bakugo changes out of his, hero costume and heads home, Bakugo couldn't help but feel a bit frustrated that he had the chance to defeat All Might with his own hands to prove that he would become the strongest, the greatest number one hero. However, he feels like it was robbed from him with, Pyra and Mythra basically stepping in his way, or having Izuku with Jin basically heading to the exit and passing them for example. With that, Bakugo couldn't help but feel frustrated at that. However, he also began remembering what Pyra said, that his pride is what's holding him back, that he can't become a real hero if his pride continues holding him back. As Bakugo tries to understand what Pyra's saying, understand what she's trying to say, but every time he basically, tries understanding them, he gets even angrier and angrier, feeling like it makes him feel like he's inadequate, that he isn't strong enough whatsoever, that he has to rely on others, making it feel like those weaker than him will always be better as long as they are together, or something like that. As it continues frustrating him. As he gets off and leaves the train station, as he begins walking home, for some reason, he feels like something is calling him. Something's basically telling him to come to him. As at first, he ignores it, basically doesn't really bother, but soon he couldn't help but walk to what's calling towards him. As he heads to another street, and then on the corner, he sees something glowing, as it being that of a core crystal. With that, Bakugo begins wondering, is this the thing that's been calling me? What the hell is it? For some reason, as soon Bakugo remembers, wait a minute, I remembered people talking about this I remember Shockhead basically saying something about this. Something about certain stones that end up putting people in the hospital. Something like that. What the hell is this doing here? As soon Bakugo begins thinking, I shouldn't touch it. Anything, I should probably tell somebody, probably tell a hero, or probably some stupid cops about it. As he says this, soon as he tries walking away, he feels the voice, something calling to. It feels like it's calling to him, telling them to touch it. As soon, Bakugo getting frustrated, saying, "Damn it!" As for a split second, he actually grabs his bag and scoops up the core crystal with it, and then taking it home with him, saying, I'm not stupid enough to touch it, but whatever the hell it is, I hope it's not. I better not get me killed, for example. I still need to prove to that damn nerd in those things that I'm better than him. As soon as Bakugo makes it home, and basically having somewhat small chatter with his mom and dad after all, he heads home as he soon basically dumps everything out of his bag and sees the core crystal. And as he soon just looks at it in one of his sitting in one of his chairs, thinking, what the hell are you really? And why do I feel drawn to you for some damn reason? As soon, Bakugo couldn't help but clench his fist as he was wondering, what the hell really are you? Or who the hell are you? Soon, as for Izuku, Pyra, and Jin, as all of them are basically at Izuku's home, with Izuku basically saying, I have to thank you guys again for going with my plan, but I still kind of feel bad for Kacchan, with soon Pyra not saying anything, with Jin saying, you shouldn't be. Bakugo made his choice. He chose not to work with you and chose to try and do things on his own. This was the only strategy that we could come up with if we wanted to pass. As soon, Mythra soon switched places with Pyra, basically stopping what she was doing, which was actually helping Izuku clean up his room a little bit, alongside Jin. But soon, Mythra saying, yeah, you got nothing to worry about. Bakugo made his damn choice, so he has to live with it. After saying this with that of a smug voice, with Pyra in their head basically saying, thank you, Mythra. I'm so embarrassed to tell Izuku what I said to Bakugo, and I have no idea what came over me. With soon, Mythra saying, yeah, guess it just shows how much I'm rubbing off on you. With Pyra saying, I don't think I should consider that as a compliment, but sure. With soon, Jin saying, so, was All Might that strong without Izuku? With soon Pyra saying, well, yeah, actually, he's really strong. But if Izuku used Mythra and possibly you, Jin, at the same time, we probably could have a better handle on him. However, there was the issue with Bakugo, who wouldn't be much of a team player, after all. Besides, and if with his help, we probably could defeat All Might, with soon Mythra switching out with Pyra again, saying, like that blonde idiot would ever want to help Izuku out. He hates him way too much and too damn prideful to admit that he wants help or needs people's help. With soon Izuku kind of feeling down after hearing that, with then Jin saying, nice work, Mythra. As Mythra saying, oh, I'm sorry, Izuku, but come on, let's face it. This is Bakugo in a nutshell. What chance will he ever want to work with you again? But soon, Izuku saying, I guess you're kind of right, guys, but I still have hope for Kacchan. After all, he's still an awesome person. Still with an amazing quirk and strong determination. I have really great hopes for him, guys. As soon, but Jin saying, you're too forgiving, Izuku. Way too forgiving. With Izuku scratching the back of his head, saying, I get that a lot. With soon the next day, everybody in class wondering on how they would do and if they're ever going to go to the summer camp. However, Kirishima, Sato, alongside Mina and Kaminari are basically sweating bullets and as gloomy as hell, knowing that they won't be able to go to the summer camp. With soon Kendo and Momo begin thinking to themselves, should we be cheering them up? And then saying, no, probably not. But who knows, maybe things would go a lot more better. With soon Jin saying, doubtful. You know how Aizawa is. He's most likely totally serious. Or possibly he's joking as hell. The guy can switch on a dime, if I do say so. It's kind of what I like about him, actually. With soon Pyra saying, I think that kind of makes sense for you, Jin. With Izuku basically agreeing with Pyra as well. With Bakugo looking at Izuku, Pyra, and Jin all together. However, turning his head, saying, so that's what they really are. Damn it. How the hell did I not see it? As he soon turns around, within Aizawa soon coming into the door. As soon everybody was kind of worried on how everyone did during their final exam. With then Aizawa soon saying, "Don't worry, everyone. Everyone is going to the summer camp. No one's getting left behind." Within everybody is freaking out. With soon Jin couldn't help but give off that of a cocky smirk in the back of the class. Within Aizawa saying, "It only makes sense that we want you all to give it your all during the final exam, just as usual. So I had to use the same strategy again." Within Pyra saying, "I figured as much. You never do change, Mr. Aizawa." With Aizawa saying, "I'll take that more as a compliment. Pyra, was it?" Within soon Mina Kaminari begins actually getting excited, but then begins saying, "But those who did fail the final exam, you will be taking remedial classes at the same time while you'll be at the summer camp. So be prepared for that, for extra lessons." With soon Kirishima, Sato, Kaminari, and Mina began feeling that of dread, but still happy at the same time. But soon also, Aizawa begins giving out that of, for list of things that they'll be needing for the summer camp, and to make sure to get them that, and also tell them that they have at least 2 weeks before the summer camp begins. After this, classes finally end, with everybody in Class 1A deciding to head to the mall to get the things that they need for the summer camp. However, the only people that didn't tag along, just like canon, being Bakugo and Shoto. However, this time Bakugo actually has a reason for not going to the mall to hang out with everybody, which will be explained later on. As everyone in Class 1A heads to the mall, with Pyra and Jin actually in, casual clothes actually. With Pyra basically going down the list of things that they'll probably be needing, alongside Jin as well, as Izuku also begins looking down the list too, with everyone in Class 1A looking at the driver and his 2 blades, taking this way too seriously. With soon Ochako saying, "It looks like things never do change," with many others in Class 1A actually agreeing. With soon Mythra soon switching out, it's saying, "You think you guys could stop taking this way too seriously, for crying out loud? It's seriously annoying everybody." With soon Izuku snapping out of it, and Jin saying, "Alright, if you say so." Within everyone going off on their own, which all that's left is Izuku and his blades and Ochako. As Deku was about to say something, soon Ochako went off on her own, with her getting somewhat flustered, as Izuku is kind of confused, wondering on what's with her. As yes, Izuku doesn't know that he isn't really nervous around Ochako as he normally would be, like in canon. As with soon Jin saying, "I'm basically going to get everything else on the list." Izuku is saying, "Oh, sure." As Izuku begins giving him a couple of yens out of his wallet. But then Jin saying, "Thank you. You guys can stay here to hang out if you want." As soon after saying this, Izuku saying, "Wait, what? You're just gonna leave us like this? Jin, you don't want us?" Saying, "It's relax. I got this, Izuku. Just spend time with your first blade if you want. That's probably what you should do." As soon Jin walks off on his own. Within, all that's left is Izuku and Pyra. As Izuku begins blushing quite a bit as he remembers, man, I haven't spent time with Mythra alone in such a long time. I mean, sure, it's only been like at least 2 months since Jin became my blade, but still. As he also remembers the conversation he had with Jin during the sports festival. As he remembers, do you love Pyra and Mythra? As soon Izuku wanted to say something, within Pyra saying, oh, look at this. There's a store over there that I can get me and Mythra some things. I'll be back in a bit. Catch you at least in a little bit later, Izuku. Bye. If Izuku saying, wait, Pyra? Mythra? With soon Pyra basically going off on her own. Within, Izuku is all alone, just as he normally would be. As soon he's saying, oh man, what do I do now? I mean, I could probably just relax somewhere else. But soon back with Pyra, basically saying, man, what was Jin thinking? I can't. As soon Mythra in their head saying, I understand how you feel, Pyra. Personally, I don't think I could probably confess to Izuku just yet either. I mean, sure, we've been with him ever since he was 13, but do we want to basically rush things like this? I mean, there's a chance that he may have feelings for Uraraka, as Pyra's saying, I know. I mean, the two of them look pretty close together ever since the school year started. And not only that, it seems like she's became his first friend that wasn't us. And they look pretty happy together. So maybe it's best that we just stay his blade. Stay his partner. I think that would be better. As soon Mythra saying, yeah, possibly. But as soon Mythra getting frustrated and switches out with Pyra and shouts from the top of her lungs saying, damn it! I want to be with Izuku! More than anything! Damn it! As everybody looks at the long-haired blonde, as soon Mythra is saying, okay, that could have gone out better. With soon Pyra saying, well, at least you said it, not me. But thanks for being honest, Mythra. With soon Mythra saying, and maybe we'll probably tell him one day. Just not today, at least. Let's head back to that idiot driver of ours. With soon Mythra walking back to Izuku and seeing that he's gone, with wondering where the hell Izuku went. As she looks around the entire mall, she soon noticed that Izuku is near a fountain. As she soon looks and she soon sees someone else there, as the person's hand is his hands are wrapped around Izuku's neck. With that, a couple minutes ago, Izuku basically is standing on his own, saying, well, maybe I should probably go somewhere else. As then Izuku was about to walk when somebody said, hey, aren't you that kid from the sports festival with those humanoid sentient quirks? You're pretty much famous. As the guy wraps his arm around him saying, hey, you don't mind if I ask for an autograph after all? I was also hoping I can get signatures from your sentient blades too. As Izuku gets a little bit nervous saying, oh, thanks. As for my quirks, they're off on their own doing some errands for me. As soon saying, wow, sports festival was only 2 months ago and yet people still remember us? That's quite something. As soon saying, after all, I am a big fan. We haven't seen each other since the USJ, after all, kid. With then, as Izuku looks up and realizes, you're Tomura Shigaraki, saying, why don't we talk for a little bit? With soon, You also be insane, but don't make a sound. Any false moves and your entire neck is basically disintegrated. Saying, sure about that? I may not have Pyra and Mythra by my side, but I could still use a little bit of ether stored up in my body to activate my sword. So, you want to try something too? Saying, bold kid. Are you willing to risk your life? If it means protecting innocent people and you getting arrested, then yeah, so be it. What soon? Shigaraki saying, I'm not stupid to risk my life to kill you. But like I said, all I want to do is talk. Let's go somewhere private. As the two basically go to a fountain, and there, Shigaraki saying, I want to know, what the hell are blades? Saying, what? How the hell do you answer the question? I just want to know, what are they? And who are they? As soon, Izuku saying, he doesn't know what really blades are. So there may be a chance that he has only heard what they are instead of who they are. There's also the chance that he may also have a blade of his own. But there's only a small chance. I can't risk it by any chance. As Sude saying, well, blades are basically artificial humans designed to support other people. That's all. Plus, saying, I also know that they come from such a blue-like rock that shines and glows. Tell me, and anyone who touches it ends up in the hospital with half of their blood basically exploding from their body. Isn't that right as well? With soon, he's saying, yeah, that's right. That's totally true. With soon saying, what did I expect? What do you think? How are you able to have blades then? I didn't know what they were at first. And when I hear about you having sentient quirks in the form of humans, made no sense. Every quirk has a limit, and mostly it's always physical. Not all quirks are always attached to a person's body. It can only be activated from the body. You can't take a quirk off you unless it's a quirk that involves copying abilities. So, what are you? So, you have to be a blades master, driver. We are not. Blades and drivers are equals. They work alongside each other. They protect one another. They help each other grow in experiences. There's no such. Drivers are not masters of blades. Anyone who told you that is a fool. But soon, Shigaraki's hands began clenching around Izuku's neck, saying, easy now, kid. Do you really want your entire body to roll? And do you want a blade stab? And do you want a light blade stab through your guts and all the way through your back? Soon saying, listen, kid, like I said, I'm not here to fight you, but you keep on aggravating me. But I want to know more. If a person had a blade, would they be strong enough to defeat All Might? Or would the strength only come from the blade? Would the driver only be relying on that blade? Would it be would the blade only be nothing but a tool to their driver, as you say? As soon Izuku saying, it's two ways around. A blade can't exist without a driver, and a driver can't do what they do without a blade. In a way, the two basically form an understanding, a trust, formed from years of training and experience. And also, that trust can blossom into a friendship, or possibly even more. With soon, Shigaraki getting somewhat annoyed at this concept, saying, what the hell are you trying to get at, kid? Saying, I'm getting at that the only people that can probably bond with a blade is somebody willing to understand their blade, understand them. So, and not only that, the blade chooses their driver, not the other way around. As then Shigaraki saying, I guess so. But before I leave, I want to know, what's your take on the hero killer? What do you think of him? As saying, what do I think of the hero killer? As soon Izuku begins remembering Stain, especially his fight with him and Abrona, as he begins thinking, Stain, I understand what Stain was trying to do, especially since he looked up to All Might and believes more people should become more like All Might. But I don't respect on the actions he took, the things he did, and especially the people he involved. Because of that, a person he cared for ended up being taken away from him. And now he has to live with that consequences for the rest of his life. As soon, Shigaraki began smiling, saying, so, he only did all that because of All Might? He basically went through all that suffering because he wanted more people to be like All Might. How ridiculous. No, how stupid. To wanting, basically want people to become more of that false symbol of peace. To wanting people to end up turning into that trash of a hero. So, the only reason people end up smiling thoughtlessly, people are trying their best, and the reason people end up ruining their entire families is because of that thoughtless pro. So, if that's the case, then I'll destroy it all. But first, I'm going to need a blade of my own. Thanks for the talk, Midoriya. I appreciate it a lot. As soon Izuku was about to stab Shigaraki, before Mythra saying, Izuku, duck! As saying, what, Mythra? As then Shigaraki lets go of Izuku, saying, oh, sorry about that. Of course one of your blades would still be nearby. As then, soon, Shigaraki was about to take a step before a sword was already near his neck, as it being Jin's katana, with saying, what the hell do you think you're doing with my driver? With then Shigaraki saying, damn, I forgot about his little secondary quirk, his speed. It soon, Izuku trying to catch his breath after having Shigaraki's hand wrapped around his throat. With soon Mythra running towards Izuku, seeing if he's okay. As Izuku saying, Shigaraki, it's over. You're not getting out of this. Surrender now. Saying, yeah, I guess I would be able to surrender. Except one thing. But then, he presses a certain button on his wrist. With that, a warp gate begins opening beneath his feet, as Jin was surprised, stepping back, as saying, Shigaraki? Soon saying, we'll meet again, Midoriya. As everybody around them begins freaking out, and some began calling the police and the pros. With soon Mythra saying, Izuku, what the hell did Shigaraki want? He's saying he wanted a blade. After this, Mythra and Jin were shocked. With that, the entire mall was closed to wondering if any other villains were nearby. As for Izuku and Jin alongside Mythra, they had to basically be interviewed and had to be asking questions from Detective Sukaguchi as usual. Within, Izuku begins wondering about any more other blades, as All Might, Mirio, and Sir Night-Eye were actually waiting for Izuku alongside Pyra and Jin. With soon Pyra saying, Izuku, are you? It's alright. Questioning is over, so you got nothing to worry about. But Jin saying, sorry I wasn't there for you right at the moment, Izuku. But then Pyra saying, me too. If I say, hey, don't worry guys. Things happen. Just let you guys know, we almost had Shigaraki. But I guess there's still some things we can't always get, no matter how much we want to. But soon, Detective Tsukaguchi saying, just you, there's a cab that's going to send you and your quirks back home, Midoriya. And I believe your mom is already on her way. So if you want to call her, tell her that you'll be there, that you'll be home soon. You could. Thanks. But I think the three of us will just ride back home with her. With Detective Tsukaguchi saying, if you say so, Midoriya. As then Sir Night-Eye began asking Izuku, alongside Rook, and saying, Midoriya, you said that Shigaraki knows about blades. The information about core crystals and blades are still not known to the public, which means All Might soon finishes Sir Night-Eye's sentence saying, somebody's leaking information to the League of Villains, and they're most likely a part of the Heroes Safety Commission. After hearing that, both Izuku, Detective Tsukaguchi, and even Mirio were shocked at All Might saying this, with feeling like that would be unbelievable. As for Bakugo, he's basically at his house in his room, with soon a certain person actually sitting on his bed saying, so, Katsuki, was it? You're my driver, and you say that you want to become the strongest hero. So, tell me, why do you believe that I should stay here instead? As soon, Bakugo saying, I'm pretty sure it's weird as hell having a tall blue dressed woman with flaming hair basically follow me everywhere. With her saying, well, it is my duty as your blade to protect you and be by your side. With then Bakugo screaming, like I need you to protect me! As his mom yells at him to shut up. With Bakugo screaming out, shut up, old hag. With soon his blade begins laughing. With Bakugo saying, what's so funny? Saying, oh, it's nothing. It's just, I didn't expect a human like you to speak to his parental figure like that. You are an interesting one, Katsuki Bakugo. Saying, I'm interesting? Why the hell you say that? With her saying, well, because my last driver, his name was Hugo. He was a kind and timid boy, but he was strong-willed and loyal to his friends and his country, being an emperor after all. Saying, you're a blade of an emperor? Or a servant of an emperor? Blades aren't servants, but in a way, yes. As soon saying, I only know about it from this journal I have. I write down everything I experienced from my past lives in it. Since, after all, we blades lose our memories once our driver dies, or if we take too much damage in battle. Would soon, Bakugo thinking, so that's the case. So I'm basically stuck with you unless you die, or if I die. That's gonna be annoying as hell. Is this what Deku has to deal with? Would soon saying, Deku? This is the boy you basically screamed about when you first awakened me. Would saying, ugh. He's an annoying piece of shit who got his damn blades about 3 years ago. But now he's superior to me, stronger than me. It's so annoying as hell. And yet, I now understand why he's this strong. because of people like you. Yeah, saying, if that's the case, then why not grow stronger? Why not become stronger? With Sun saying, you don't think I've tried? I continue getting stronger day by day with working on my quirk. It's saying, then I don't mean your quirk. I mean with me by your side. It's saying, what the hell are you getting at, chick? As soon she gets off of Bakugo's bed and then goes down to one knee, saying, I, Bridget, I vowed as your blade to support you, be with you, and strive for your dream to become the strongest hero this day forth, no matter what. Whatever trials you face, I will face them alongside you. And that is final. You may push me aside, Katsuki, but I will always stay by your side, no matter what. But soon, Bakugo couldn't help but blush, as it almost feels like somebody was confessing towards him, as soon saying, do what the hell you want, I don't care. But if you plan on helping me out, you better not get in my way. Got it? But soon saying, as you wish, Bakugo. But then Bakugo still blushing, saying, is this what Deku has to deal with? And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to read them. Also, like and subscribe, which really helps out the channel a lot too. And also hit that notification bell to keep up with my other videos. Even check out my Discord and gaming channel if you feel like it. With all that said, this is Leon Mookie, signing out. Later, guys.
Hi everyone, this is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!